I'm gonna wait for YouTube to kind of pick up its algorithm and get some people on the live. But I just wanted to come talk about this things that they're not telling us, right? I got some information that I think will enlighten people and inform people on what's really going on. I even have some questions. I seen some people earlier on Threads that they were back on TikTok, and I'm thinking to myself like, how is that even possible? So again, we're gonna get into all of that. So grab your coffee, grab your tea. Let's have a discussion. I want to hang out for a little while, right? Haven't really been live like that in a while. So again, hang out with me, like the video, subscribe to me. Again, a lot is happening as far as social media, how we're going to grow, what people are going to do next, right? What platforms are people going to, and how we can learn from this situation and grow from it. So again, like the video, y'all. Again, it's definitely just challenging times. It's times that we need to go through and see and witness. So it's good times as well, right? It's not all bad. And so, again, I just want to come and go live and kind of give my opinion and the information that I think, right, that's really going on behind this TikTok ban and all of this stuff, right? It's not just, oh, we're banning TikTok and that's it. Like, no, it's more to it. So again, like the video, y'all, drop where you're coming from, subscribe to me, and let's jump into it, right? So the first thing is this. I was on Threads earlier, and I was seeing people say they were back on TikTok. And I'm like, how? And so it made me think, right? I'm like, okay, so I think last night was more so like just the company getting ready to take it out of the app store and all of that. So I think that's what was happening, because what people probably don't realize is I think we'll be able to get on the app for the people that has already downloaded it, but you won't be able to update the app, right? So it will become buggy and slow and all of that, right? So eventually it will go dark, right? And people will leave the app because the people in the United States, you won't be able to update or anything like that. So that's the first thing. So I think for people getting back on the app today, I think that, TikTok was just taking it out of the app store, right? Because what people got to understand is that Google and the people that owns these app stores and all of that, like they're United States based, and it will be against the law. It will go against the law if they just keep it there, right? So I think last night was morally so of them kind of taking everything out of the app store. Um, so that's the first thing. And so I think that's why it was allowing people today to kind of get back on the app, because it's for the people that has already downloaded it and it's already on your phone, they can't take that off of your phone. Right. But I couldn't be wrong, right? It could be to where as though when we try to get into the app, we keep getting that message that pops up. So I don't know. Hi everybody. Definitely like the video, y'all. Subscribe to me. But listen, because it's a little bit more to this. Like, so that's the first thing. I kind of just wanted to ask for, it's like 20 people watching me. Was y'all allowed to get into the app today? So that's the first thing. The second thing, okay, is I think that the next administration that's about to come in, um, I think they want to bring it back, right? And let's be honest, it helped them win. And we ain't gotta say no names or nothing like that, right? Let's just keep it real and simple. It helped them win. Okay, let's just be honest. It gave them outlets and traffic or whatever, so they could get their message out, and people spreaded it, right? And that's what made TikTok so good. Let's be honest. It's an open source network, right? And it allowed for people to voice their opinion without, all that stuff that comes behind voicing your opinion on other platforms. Okay. Um, and so that's what made it so different. And people grew their audiences massively quickly, right? Because it allowed that. And that has never really been seen before throughout just the United States, right, and tier one countries. So, but check this out, y'all, because this is where it gets interesting. And like this video, y'all, like this live, and comment where y'all coming from. Subscribe to me. So, and people gotta understand this too. This is something that was going on for a couple of years now. This is not something that just popped up and was like, oh, we're getting rid of TikTok. No, this has been going on for like 5 years plus. Okay. And so that's why I didn't really take the time, too much time to build it. I would get on it, consume some content, and get off, right? But here's the problem, y'all. So a lot of people so, okay. When you look at the TikTok in China, it's totally different. The algorithm is different from the one in the United States. The one in China is basically teaching their people math, science. It's a lot of learning. It's like YouTube, basically, right? Where people get on there, they learn stuff, they get off. In the United States, the difference is we are consuming entertainment and too much of it. So people are getting stuck on the app, and it's kind of taking our nation and bringing us kind of down in a sense, right? People aren't really learning. People aren't consuming right stuff where we can take it, learn, and apply it somewhere else, right? That's going to be of service. Okay. So that's a big thing. Are y'all catching this? Like that is huge. Like this video. They, they that's crazy. So our government has basically figured this out. They have watched kind of what's going on, right? Our youth, our smaller, our generation, our kids, they want to be influencers and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But it's at an alarming rate to whereas though they when you ask your kids what they want to be, when we were young, we wanted to be cops, doctors, lawyers, right? All these different things. And so now people, when they get on, right, they see all this success, they see all, and it's good. Don't get it wrong. Like it's good what's happening because monetization and all of this stuff is important for people, especially if we're consuming all of this content. We're making the content, right? So if we're putting the content on there, we should be getting some compensated for it, right? They're putting ads in between the content or whatever, no matter what platform you're on. But give or take, people aren't really learning, right? We're just kind of consuming so much content, and right. And when you look at other sides of the whole app, that's crazy, right? So our government kind of knows that. That's a big part of this ban that people probably aren't talking about or don't even realize or know. On top of, right? So this is the second thing. When you look at TikTok, it was growing so fast that it was outpacing YouTube and Facebook on how fast they got to 1 billion users or whatever, right? TikTok was about to do it so much faster. And so United States was seeing this and they're like, well, if we can't get a piece of the pie, we got to pull out. Right? So money definitely plays a part too. Money is probably number one to them. Let's just be honest. Then it's the second thing that I just said, as far as the algorithm, what we're being showed and seen, and kind of how it's taking our population and dumbing us down in a sense, and we're not really learning anything really. I mean, outside of the election and stuff like that, of what we just seen on TikTok, right? People wasn't really the information, the content, not right. So that plays a big part in all of this, y'all. So again, and like I said, money too, right? People they seen that the app was growing tremendously faster than anything they have ever seen before. And let's be honest, again, it goes back to people want to voice their opinion. And they want to feel like if they do voice their opinion, right, it's going to stay there. They don't have to worry about, oh, we're taking this down, red flag this, red flag that, right? No, it shouldn't be like that, right? For no platform. And I think honestly, that's about to change too, right? On all of these platforms, because to be honest, that's against the law. If they want to be technical, right? Um, and so yeah, and voice your opinions in the comments, right? Like it's those two things though. And like the video, y'all, that is playing this big band. On top of, you got other players in the background, like, right, Mark, right, from Facebook, and all these other people, right, that's funding a lot of this stuff. But again, it's not even just that. It's really coming back down to the money. Like, how do America come in and get a piece of the pie, basically? Because it's growing so fast and rapidly, right? People, like, you got business owners on there, they're making crazy sales. Just it's amazing. It truly is. But then you got to look at it on America's standpoint. They're looking at it like, well, how do we get a percentage of that? We need somebody over here to own it, right? We need to own some percentage of it, and then that will allow America too to do what? Kind of go in and tweak the algorithm the way that they would like it to be tweaked. But then that kind of downplays and it gives us what we have today and what we see today as far as Facebook and Threads and Instagram, right? So that's basically, and maybe I'm saying too much, but basically that's what's happening, y'all. That's crazy. That is crazy. So again, just pay attention to that. Um, that's what's happening. That is what's happening. So again, when I was on Threads earlier, I'm just like, what is going on? And this is another thing, y'all. So let's talk about, let's switch gears real quick. Where is everybody going? Right? Like, where's your next platform? What's next? And so this is my opinion on that. I think we should be building YouTube first off. YouTube, build your YouTube. Second platform I think that people should go to is Threads. Threads, YouTube and Threads. And then build off of Thread, because Threads is a hub and it's an open source network. And so what does that mean? Because some people might be saying, what is an open source network? It's basically similar to Twitter. I mean, not Twitter, TikTok, right? But text content. It's not really video. And so that's good because, again, it's open. So now, and what I like about Threads is that it's keyword and it's keyword, right? But the keywords are in your description, right? Of your posts. And so what that means is when you're posting certain keywords in your post, it's going to put it in front of that audience that's already looking for that stuff or already been searching or liking on that certain type of content. That's powerful. Do y'all hear me? Like, there's really no other social media outside of TikTok that did that, I say, right? But TikTok did it with short form video, right? Threads is doing it with text, right? And if you understand what I'm saying, that's so powerful. That means, and I've been knew this like over a year ago since Threads been out. That means that you could put your content in front of the right audience rapidly. Rapidly. Okay. Because it's not just about search. Your actual post is the search. Like this video, y'all. I like what? So YouTube, number one, and that's because when you create the content, it lasts so it's basically a lifetime. People are always on YouTube, people are always watching, people are right, people keep coming back always. And it's the number two search, right? As far as social media, right? It's Google, YouTube, then Facebook or whatever, right? It was TikTok, but y'all get the point, right? So YouTube, create the content for YouTube. You can't go wrong. It's long term. And then Threads because it's more of an open source network and you want to use that as a hub. So it's easy, and this is another thing I've never seen either. It's easy to take your Threads and get other people to follow you to your other social media accounts because Threads don't really mind that people is leaving on and off the app because right now there's no ads or nothing on Threads. And even when they do put the ads on there, it's made like a hub. It's made for you to branch off your other social medias at a rapid rate. Really powerful stuff. And it's an open source network. So that's that. And so the last thing that I wanted to get to is what people should what do we all learn from this, right? And how do we not repeat this, right, in the future? And so the first thing is people should be building up their email list, right? A newsletter, anything in that right form of line of things, right? We should be gathering email as we are building up these platforms or whatever, right? Give people that opportunity for them to have an outlet to you that you can reach out to them, right, at a mass rate. That's the first thing. So we building a newsletter no matter where you're at, right? And you can use that same newsletter on all of your social media accounts to bring it because it's all traffic, y'all. All of it is traffic. Okay. The second thing, right, and this is all just my opinions, is that don't we let's not just build one platform, right? And that goes back to what I was just saying about Threads. It's a hub. Try to build at least one or two, right? Two, three platforms at a time simultaneously. You could put the same content in different places, but be building two to three platforms at a time because we don't know. We can wake up tomorrow, Facebook be gone. Right? YouTube, we don't know. So putting all our eggs in one basket is crazy to me. I've never done that, right? And I'm not saying, right, go crazy and be, working on all these different platforms, you're burning yourself out. No. But again, there's tools and stuff out there where you're creating the content for one and it can be, shared and spread to your other ones. So I think those are the biggest things that people probably should have learned from this and taken from this. Like, definitely build a newsletter, right? Have an out because people were scrambling these last couple of days to gather their audience, and this was impossible to gather their audience, get these people on a different platform, right, or wherever it's impossible. It will never be the same. These people are all scattered. Everybody is just everywhere. I've seen a really big influx last night on Threads, like, and a lot of people were saying that, oh, I'm not getting on no other social media. I'm just leaving. Da, da, da. A lot of people they're coming, they're going everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, they're everywhere. But again, I'm on Threads last night, and you could kind of just see the traffic just coming in as people were getting the message. Like, it was crazy. But again, it's happening. We can't stop it. Can't slow it down. We can't do none of that, right? What we can do is learn from it, understand, like, okay, not gonna do that like that again, right? Maybe you got to do it like this. Have this set up in place, so if that do happen, I got something to fall back on. Because let's be honest, a lot of people built up this, TikTok or whatever, a lot of income and stuff like, and now these people are kind of displaced, and it's sad. It's like you took all this time, you built all this stuff, and you right, you did the work. There's nothing wrong with it, but nobody's safe, right? No one put those proper tools in place in case this would happen, and it has happened, and right, people are kind of everywhere. So let's not do that again. That's just the more to that. So yeah, that's basically my live video today, y'all. I just wanted to come on and drop my opinion, right? My 3 cents of thought. Um, and again, those things are playing the biggest part. The money and what it's doing to our society as far as our youth, our children. Like, everybody want to be influencers now. Nobody wants to be the fighter or right. Everybody kind of just want to stay at home and create content and indulge in it. And that's great too. Don't get it twisted at all. It's fun, And again, we should be doing that anyway, especially if we're using it. They're putting the ads in between our content. So why not monetize it? But at the same time, finding a balance between that and what's real too. And that we got to understand that we got to work. We got to do these certain things to even progress, to even get to that certain level. It takes money to make money. And so, yeah, we still have services and things that, right, that we got to do and responsibilities to keep our nations and our roads and our everything kind of running in a full circle. And right now, right, that's kind of all coming to an halt, and that's a problem. realistically. So you heard it here first. That's basically what's happening. So I'm done. That's my live. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like the video, subscribe to me, and catch me on the next one. Bye bye.